Welcome to Last Call, presented by Heineken Silver. This season, we will be diving into topics all about Call of Duty. I will be your host, JoshChx, and I am joined here with the man, the myth, the legend, Dan Ghosty.
What's up?
And the Goach, the greatest of all time, Shane.
What's up, guys?
How we doing?
I'm doing wonderful. Glad to be here.
Thank you for asking, man.
Well, I want to start us off with the main topic we should talk about. Nadeshot. In his content grind, he's back.
The CEO of Yapping.
Now, have you guys seen some of his clips recently?
Yep.
You can't miss him.
Yeah, you can't miss him.
Every single day there's a new clip of Nade saying some heinous nonsense, but it's funny every time.
Now, I personally think it's great for the community.
Oh, yeah.
And just to see him back on the top it's kind of like the world's healing in a way.
I mean, you know he's enjoying it as well. Like in the content grind, he's just had a kid as well. So, you know, in Nade, he's having a great time. He gets to make some jokes about, you know, his the child and the mother of his child too. And I'm sure he's having a great time doing it. And knowing Haley as well, she'll probably give him a little bit of an earful about it, but
yeah.
It's only soft-hearted, you know.
Now, Dan, tell me about your first experience with Nadeshot.
First experience.
These boys were nervous.
Pretty
nervous. He started watching us play, and suddenly, I mean, we just couldn't buy a kill. I mean, we were getting turned on, Nade making us nervous. But seriously, though, I honestly I didn't think he was going to be that trolly. Like, he's very unserious.
We told them early on, so I don't know why they were getting nervous when Nade was watching. Like, you can just talk to Nade, like he's one of the boys. But again, nonetheless, they still got nervous when they were playing. We had one of our worst day of practice ever, but it's just a little blip in the ocean, you know.
Now, did you guys hear about Jimbo's situation?
Oh, I did. I was one of the first to hear about it. I got some insider reports from my challenger friends saying
what was the Jimbo information?
Okay, so last night he was scrimming a team, and he's playing under an alias called Stylisher. Yeah. He's playing under a new alias, and he was scrimming a team last night, and everyone was mind blown. Who's this guy? Blah, blah, blah. And then people look at the Face It like cup, where you can like play the cup where you sign up and stuff.
Yeah.
And they saw Jimbo, like his normal
with the
gamer
same
tag.
username.
Yeah, Jimbola, like straight up normal like gamer tag. And since he was only banned on GB, and now we've moved over to Face It, the ban didn't necessarily transfer. However, we've been told now by league officials, the CDL themselves, that he's banned. Yeah, that he is banned entirely from competitive Call of Duty competition.
That's right. I don't think you deserve a second chance.
Yeah,
what, didn't he cheat at Champs last year?
Well, no. So he got caught cheating at Champs during the ban wave that happened to happen during Champs, but he was cheating prior.
Oh no, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Now, how do you just like try to slick your way through?
With the same name too is crazy.
The same name's crazy.
He was hacking under Lao, but his Twitter was Jimbo, so like obviously people know. But he didn't even bother to like change his name to like something new.
A nice little rebrand.
Yeah, nothing. Jimbo.
So I didn't hear about anything about him cheating in the season up until the point he got banned at LAN. So either he's good at hiding it, or
he was really good on console. That's the thing with like a player like him, is he was winning on console. Like he was a part of the FaZe Academy team with Sib back in MW19.
Yeah.
So like it's not like he's bad.
Yeah, fair enough.
He was really good, so that's why everyone gave him the benefit of the doubt.
Which we shouldn't from now on.
Yeah, which you
no
kinda
second
can't.
chances in that regard for sure.
100%.
Now, coming up, we have a couple majors, but I kind of want to skip over it real quick and talk about Major 4 with no fans. Now, I don't know how you guys feel, but I feel like fans are a big part of what makes COD great.
I mean, yeah, of course, but from being biased based off history, Major 4 is historically good for 100 LA Thieves with no fans. So in that regard, I'm excited for it. But obviously, that's just juju nonsense. It's a shame that it was Carolina, right? They couldn't get to host the event because living in Charlotte before, Charlotte's an awesome city, great community. So it would have been good to have an event there. But obviously, having no fans is not ideal. But it's just the situation the CDL's been dealt with, you know, and I'm sure they'll make the most of it no matter what.
There's definitely a difference, like in like just the amount of like pressure that's on you if there's fans versus no fans. Like you can feel the pressure of a crowd, you know, if you're doing bad, doing good, whatever that might be. Whereas if you're just playing with no fans, you're basically scrimming across from each other.
Literally.
Like you're not like it doesn't feel as serious without the fans and all the production behind it.
It's more of like has more of like a challenges environment. Obviously, it's going to be silent in the room. The players will be hearing each other screaming, so it adds that little aspect to it as well. But you know, CDL always do a good job of putting a good show on, no matter what. So
yeah, no, it'll still be fun regardless. It's just unfortunate that there's no fans.
Now, I don't want to leak anything, but there's a possibility there's an LAT event for the fans that do actually. I don't know. Producers, can I say that?
Yeah, you can say that.
Okay, I can say that. Okay, there might not be something for the fans to do while the players are playing.
That sounds like a poor secret, Josh.
I'm not good with secrets, as you can tell. Now, let's get into the game. New maps.
Oh,
What are we feeling like?
we got 6-star, Rio, and Vista. Although Rio is a little bit older, it's been in for now a whole major. But 6-star and Vista, new maps. They're real fun. I'm not gonna lie. They're colorful, vibrant. They're a bit faster paced than the maps that we replaced them with.
Yeah.
So it just brings like a breath of fresh air to the like competitive map pool.
Okay.
I mean, they took away our invasion, you know, but at the same time, you know, we're pretty good at like adapting to new situations and stuff like that. I'm happy with the clear head the guys have came into in terms of learning a new thing, because it is chaotic. As a Call of Duty pro, a coach, whatever, when something new happens, and this game, for example, something new's happening every 6 weeks, which completely changes how you play. So we're constantly having to learn, constantly having to evolve. But at the same time, some of the maps were pretty effing boring. So, and honestly, these new maps, visually very nice too.
Yeah.
And honestly, there's obviously going to be some chaotic situations, but as each day, every team scrims, we're going to learn them, be able to control them more. So I think it's a good thing.
Now, you mentioned about the game getting boring or stale. Do you think there's a world where, do you know Pro Mod Game?
Oh, back in the day, yeah. I come from way back, so definitely.
So do you think that could work in today's game where there's one AR, one SMG, one sniper, one shotgun for each player on the team?
No,
Really?
I don't think so.
Dan's a tweaker.
Well, I only say, listen, there's a reason. I only say it because you're basically telling pros to not pick up guns off the ground.
Yeah.
And that's just something that naturally is always going to happen.
100%.
People switching to their secondary. Like, while I agree it could be really cool to, like, limit people, it's just not going to happen in the heat of the moment.
I think Pro Mod on COD 4, it was 5v5 as well. With like, I think on COD 4, it was the M40 sniper, an M16 with a grenade launcher, an AK, and I think it was an MP5 silence and an AK-74U.
Yeah.
And to watch, it was incredible because obviously we only played on Xbox 360s. The PC players obviously could do all these advanced all the advanced movement, like different FOVs, I'm assuming, and stuff like that, which looked really cool. And of course, obviously, games like CS and VAL have a similar aspect in terms of the way they play, and it does work. But obviously for COD, it'd be very new. It's something that was about 15, 16 years ago. So I don't think it would work in this day and age, but it's definitely a cool thought, that's for sure.
Okay.
Agreed.
Now, would you stay AR or would you mess around with the shotguns, Dan?
I think I'd mess around.
Okay.
I'd probably be fooling around with the shotguns.
Okay, I like that.
You get a lot of dope out of sliding
That's
into
what I'm
someone with a
saying.
shotgun.
Sliding at someone with a shotgun,
Imagine the clutch potential in a 1v2, just shotgun 2 guys down the throat. That would be
so
insane.
cool. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Now, the CDL announced that they're giving teams their buy-ins back and a bunch of whole news. What's your thoughts on it?
I mean, it sounds great on paper. Obviously, that stuff goes way above our pay grade, but obviously, what is it, 25, 26 million initially, which is an absurd amount of money. And obviously, it's affected some other teams in terms of like what they can provide, say, event-wise and stuff like that. So it can only be a good thing, right? Everyone gets more money to Activision and Call of Duty. That's couch money. Yeah. 200 million, then they probably fund that stuff in the back of their couch every 6 months.
Damn.
To us, that's a big deal, you know, and it can only help.
Now, it definitely helps the league and teams survive in a way.
100%.
Any other thoughts, Dan?
Like Shane said, on paper, it sounds really good. Everything that I've read about it also sounds really good. Would like to see it actually happen in practice just because, you know, actions speak louder than words. But I'm really excited for it. I think it's going to allow us to be able to host more majors. It will allow teams to actually put more into the majors because they're going to have the support. And hopefully,
Nate gives us 25 mil each.
yeah, I mean that.
Between us,
and we
sorry.
get some expansion.
Now,
It'd be really cool.
Speaking of expansion, how will new teams spice up the league? Or do you think it'll be the same, like, top teams dominating?
It depends, because certain organizations that could enter, depending on if we do expansion, could be way bigger than the orgs that we have here. There are 100%. Fan bases across the globe that are way bigger than North American ones. And we could have them in COD. You just never really know.
Yeah, I think that would be awesome. You know, there's definitely a lot of people who would deserve a chance in the league. Obviously, there's still going to be like a big 4 or a big 5. It's the same thing in any sport. You're never going to stop top-heavy franchises from essentially being the most consistent. But at the same time, it will put newer players, like give them a chance against the pros. That's how you can really test their level, you know. Obviously, you can look at a Challengers player, but they're only competing against other Challengers players. So it's hard to really tell how good they are. Obviously, there's always new talent coming through, and you know, the more chances, the merrier, straight up.
Yeah. Before we get into the next segment, a quick word from our sponsor. Enjoying a crisp and refreshing light beer sometimes comes at the expense of taste and quality, but with Heineken Silver, say goodbye to compromise. At only 2.9 carbs and 95 calories, Heineken Silver is the world-class light beer unlike others you've tried, because it delivers on taste. All the taste, but no bitter endings. Enjoy Heineken responsibly. Now, one difference I've seen with our current team than past years is the shit talking and the chirping. What's our thoughts, Shane?
The only reason why I saw that is I'm personally not a fan of it.
Yeah.
Even after we beat Vegas on the weekend, I feel kind of bad about it. But instead of congratulating the team straight away, the first thing I did was tell them off for trash talking after map 1, because me personally, I'm a believer. If you don't do it until the job is done, you know, the opposition gets paid to beat you anyway. Why would you want to motivate them more? Not only you do that, you're also putting pressure on yourself. And there's already pressure on you as a player regardless. So obviously, it can go one of two ways. You can make the other team crumble. You can make yourself play better. But for me personally, I'd rather just trust our own preparation and trust that what we worked on is going to be enough regardless. But you know, if a team's going to absolutely choke a map, like say we did it against Vegas last year, when we were up about 190 million points.
Hotel.
By all means, we deserve every ounce of shit talk in the world, and it's definitely going to affect us negatively. But, you know, it's each their own, isn't it? Sometimes it can help you, sometimes it can't, you know?
See, I was watching our recent Vegas game, and I was just trying to just think what was going on in our players' cams and what they were saying. Dan, what were you guys even saying, if that's even allowed to be said?
Don't slow down. Don't slow down. Come on, bro. I'm getting up right now. 7-8. 8-7. Come on, bro.
A lot of swear words.
Okay.
That's for sure. Oh my God. A lot of oh my gods.
Yeah.
Bleeped on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yep. And that was really it. Kyle, flipped the bird to the camera. Sick.
I mean, I had to check the schedule. I thought after map 1 we were going to get given rings and a trophy. You know? So that was a rough one to deal with.
Yo, I wasn't that hype. I was a little hype.
No, I will say it wasn't everyone. When I watched the comms back after, there was obviously a lot of screaming going on, and there was some other people in the team who was seemed pretty frightened. There was like a little bit of nervous laughter in the background.
Okay.
I'm a real locker room guy though, so I won't mention any names, you know?
Yeah. I could imagine that.
Yeah, real locker room guy.
Now, are there new guns? I think they just dropped some new guns.
They're testing new guns in ranked, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. They are a bunch of guns that we have tested as pros already. So nice to see them do it.
Is the GA chat going crazy?
Well, no, because they're already all guns that are GA'd.
Oh.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, while the new guns are really cool, it would really change the time to kill and, like, the meta. It would just make the game a lot faster in terms of that, and that's not really something that we would like to do. We like the current time to kill, and speeding it up would kind of give us a feel similar to last year.
I like what they're doing with the testing side of it. It's
100%.
Usually, like, at the start of the game, obviously it's COD. It's never going to be well balanced at the start of the game. So some guns, you literally just have to GA at the start. Like Holger was GA'd really early, right?
Yeah.
It's still the best gun now. Obviously, other guns get GA'd straight away, but they never really get talked about again once they start getting nerfed.
Yeah.
So there's guns that could come in eventually and change the meta, but for the last... Since CDL, we've never brought them back, right?
No one's ever brought them
back. Now,
back.
this whole testing thing they're doing in ranked, that starts a conversation, and obviously there's some GAs that are going to benefit some teams. Some might hurt us, some might benefit us, but I like what they're doing with it, and keeping the game fresh, new maps, new guns, I think can only be beneficial.
100%.
Hey, I'm just glad we're not seeing invasion.
Well, we were guilty of that.
Yeah, sorry about that. That's partially on us.
So my bad fans, but we've got to pick the maps we're good at,
Yeah. Now, boys, it is time for the Silver Awards. And basically what we're going to be doing, we're going to be highlighting some players from challengers who are on the rise. And it's kind of like a tippable moment. So basically, the first player is 04 getting picked up. I think his time in challengers, he kind of did the speed run in challengers, and now he's in the league.
It's impressive.
I mean, I don't know much about him.
Yeah.
Or how long he's been in challenge and stuff like that. But obviously, he just won the event most recently. I know he played pretty good too. And honestly, it takes a bit of a dog to be able to do that so quick, So you got to tip your hat to that. I'm sure you know more about him.
Yeah, last year kind of was the first time I heard of him. He was playing like in the S&D Pro 8s, and pretty much every pro was convinced that he was hacking.
It's always a good sign as a player.
Yeah, and that's always a good sign. When pros and or just the really good players at the game think you're hacking and you're not hacking, clearly a good sign.
Unless you're Jimbo.
Yeah, unless you're Jimbo. But everyone was telling him, play challengers, prove to everyone that you're good, go to an event and win, and you're just going to get picked up. That's what happens. If you're actually really good, you're going to get picked up. And, I mean, he did it. And it's, impressive, tippable, seriously.
100%.
Tippable from 04. But the next player we have is Pentagrxm getting picked up.
I mean, you got to tip your hat to Nate. He's been fighting for an opportunity for so long. Obviously,
Since
he was
Cold War, man.
he was our substitute on Vanguard. Obviously, there was times when the team wasn't in a rough spot, and obviously people were looking to Nate to come in, but obviously we had to put full faith in the roster, which obviously panned out in the end. But Nate is a good player. He's got a good head on his shoulders. I'm so glad he got the chance, and I think he can help the Breach team quite a bit. So I'm glad he's got an opportunity, and I'm sure he'll take it well.
Yeah, I teamed with Nate back in MW2. Nate is his first name, Pentagrxm. Me and him are pretty close friends outside of the game as well, and I'm just super happy for him. He's been fighting for the spot for a while, and I'm just super proud he finally got one, especially on a team that he wants to be a part of.
100%. He's been working in the wings for a while, and obviously Boston struggling right now. Could be a turnaround they need.
100%.
If there was anyone that is more deserving, it's him.
You can tell he's hungry.
Yeah.
And anyone that's hungry is always going to be off to a good start in this stuff, because honestly, it takes a lot of passion, and it takes straight up a lot of hunger to make it.
Now, the third and last player on the Silver Awards is Asim.
He had a lick. Bro got dropped from Boston and doubled his CDL points.
That's got to be the quickest turnaround of a drop ever, right? You get dropped and got a promotion, essentially. Asim's obviously he's a player who could very quickly turn a team environment around. Obviously, I myself and Cap, we're both fans of Purge. We see what he does on the map. Obviously, he was struggling in the KD department, but I do believe Purge is a player who helps enable his teammates. But obviously, you need to find the right balance to that. So Asim coming in could obviously boost them as well. And obviously, he's a good player. He can make the game very chaotic for the other team.
Yep.
I think it will be an upgrade.
Well, those were our three players from the Silver Awards. Appreciate your words on them, and hopefully they keep on doing their thing.
Not too much, though. That affects us.
Unless they play LAT,
yeah, unless they play us, and then, of course, we don't wish them well.
Yeah.
Wish them the worst.
Now, I want to talk about our upcoming schedule, how we feeling going into it.
We got Miami in 2 days.
I'm out here in Miami.
Yeah. Except we're in LA.
Okay. I'm out here in LA.
We need to edit that out. For his sake.
But we play Miami in a few days, 2 days to be exact. One match weekend. Looking forward to it, obviously. Very excited to play another match. Every time we play a match, very excited. On paper, this stage should be one of the better stages for us. But we obviously have to put in the work and actually do that.
Yeah.
But we're just excited. We've been grinding really hard, putting in the work, trusting each other, and it's been real fun.
Yeah, the team's in a good spot right now, man. Obviously, making a team change going into almost a new game, multiple new maps. Takes a lot of learning, takes a lot of consistency and practice, and obviously the levels we bring to it. But the team's showing out right now, and I'm super impressed with them. And if we keep this going, we can definitely turn some corners and start climbing the leaderboard this stage for sure.
Make that champs run.
Yes, sir.
Get those CDL points buzzing.
Nothing turns me on more than CDL points. So the more we get, the happier I'll be every time.
Now, if you're watching this, be on the lookout because we are hosting more watch parties for this qualifier, and the boys want to meet you. So come on down.
Don't we got one this weekend?
Huh?
Don't we got one for this weekend's match?
No, I think it's the Boston game.
Okay,
oh, I just leaked. Oh my god.
So it's the next
Oh my god.
one.
I just leaked. So be on the lookout for that. And I just want to say, Dan, Shane, thank you for coming on the first episode
Anytime.
of the season.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you to Heineken for having us. Hit like and subscribe too.
Yeah, if this gets 50,000 likes, we'll just host Major 4.
No, if this gets 100,000
With the
likes,
25 minutes.
no, if this gets 100,000 likes, I'm leaking our new jersey.
Facts. I'll leak it too.
I haven't even seen it yet.
Oh, I have.